Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about John Lennon and if he was racist. And first of all, I don't think this is really necessary to bring up, but I just want to bring it up anyways. It's kind of pointless to bring it up because a lot of people are hating on John Lennon, especially now, and pointing out that he is racist and just trying to like cancel him and shit, even though it's pointless because first of all, he's dead. He's been dead for a while. And second of all, he's not racist. If you take 2 seconds to research who he is and like who he's worked with, you realize he's not racist at all. And the one-off example where he could be labeled as racist is not really racist at all, and I will explain why later. And you probably know what I'm talking about. But first of all, white isn't racist. I mean, he's worked with countless black artists. He had many black friends, including Billy Preston, which he worked on when he was still with the Beatles, and he worked with Billy Preston when he was off with the Beatles and on his solo career material. He has had many influences of black musicians. He made an entire interview of how black people changed his life, and so many other things. So, no, if he was actually, I don't think he's actually racist, because if he was, he would be, like, hating on them and discriminating against them and, like, advocating for, like, segregation. And that's the exact opposite of what he did. Even on the same album that N-word song was on, he advocated for black rights. He advocated for black people getting out of prison that were unwarrantedly arrested. And, yeah, he's not racist. I really don't think he is. And the people that a lot of people want to point out and say that he is racist for is that one song called Woman is the N-Word of the World. And what you need to take out of this song is the interview that he did. Because that's the most important thing. The context matters extremely, like, hard. Like, it really matters. And he said that women were treated and females were treated like shit. Were treated basically like slaves back then. And that's the message of the song. It's not about racism. It's not about how like how he hates black people or anything. He wanted to draw a parallel between how women were treated back then and how slaves were treated. And while I think this could have gone better, I think this could have been worded better, and I think he should not have used the word, even for back then, even when it was a different time. I think he could have used a better word. A lot of people want to play devil's advocate and say that it might not have had the same impact if it just said, like, woman is the slave of the world, or something like that in the chorus. But I think he still should have done that, but again, playing devil's advocate, it might have not had the same impact. And yeah, that's the entire message of the song. It's not about like racism or anything. It's just drawing a parallel between how women were treated back then and how slaves were treated. And that's it. That's the entire meaning of the song. It's not meant to be derogatory towards black people, and I've already proved that he's not racist because he's worked with black musicians and he's taken influence from a ton of them. He's been friends with them. He's worked with them. He's advocated for their rights. He's advocated for a bunch of other stuff. So no, he isn't racist. And I think a lot of people want to point out this song as to being the sole factor for why he was racist, when he never did this again. He never, like, said the N-word ever again. He just did it in this interview and said it on the song, never said it again, and never advocated for any hate towards black people at all. He just wanted to point out a parallel. And yes, again, he could have used a better word for this. And he could have just worded it better and maybe not have drawn a parallel so jarring. But it did, to be fair, really open up the eyes of a lot of people on how they were treating females back then. And I think that is important. And it also was, the song was advocated for by the women's rights movement. And also, a lot of people want to point out that Bjork, an artist that I really like, is racist because she simply talked about this song and said the N-word when, first of all, English isn't her first language, and second of all, she was just talking about this song. And also, I don't think John Lennon even wrote the song. It was written by Yoko Ono, and that was written from influence from another black artist or another black poet. I'm pretty sure it's a black artist, though. But, yeah, that's basically it, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.